Good morning to everyone. In the last class we have discussed regarding the anatomy and physiology of the nephron. In this class we are going to deal about the physiology of formation of urine in nephron. As you are observing, the renal artery divided into arterioles, and these arterioles are connected to the nephrons, which are called as the functional units of the kidney. These nephrons will be helpful in the formation of the urine and filtration of the blood. The filtered blood exits through the renal vein like this. Urine is collected in the collecting ducts and it leaves like this through the ureter. You know that the nephron is mainly contains three main things. That is, the first one is the Bowman's capsule, where the filtration will takes place, and it is having a long tubule, that is renal tubule, and it is having a collecting duct for the collection of the urine. There are three important processes which occurs in the formation of the urine. That is, the first one, glomerular filtration, which occurs in the Bowman's capsule, and tubular reabsorption and secretion, which occurs in the renal tubule, and then the water conservation will occur in the collecting duct. You can see here the blood enters through the efferent arteriole into the glomerulus, that is the Bowman's capsule, and this is the glomerulus portion, and then here the blood undergoes filtration. The blood undergoes filtration, and after filtration process, the blood again leaves through the efferent arteriole. The efferent arteriole is bigger than the efferent arteriole. These are filtered from the blood, that is the water, inorganic ions, glucose and amino acids, metabolic waste includes which are urea and creatinine. These are filtered through the glomerulus, and this filtrate is known as glomerular filtrate. The amount of filtrate which is produced per minute is called as glomerular filtration rate. It is also known as GFR. The filtration rate is mainly controlled by the renal autoregulation, sympathetic control, and by the hormonal control. These controls the rate of glomerular filtration. In women, 150 liters of urine is produced per the day, and in the men 180 liters per urine is produced per the day. And in this, only 1% is excreted and 99% is reabsorbed. Proximal convoluted tubule, sodium, water, chlorine ions are reabsorbed here, and because of this, sodium level inside the epithelial cells is kept low, so it maintains the pressure inside the proximal convoluted tubule. At the same time, the tubular secretion will occur, which includes the waste, some drugs and hydrogen ions which are secreted. The process of reabsorption and secretion will continue in the loop of Henle and the distal convoluted tubule. See, the descending limb of the loop of Henle is permeable to water, but the ascending limb is not permeable to water. It is permeable to only sodium ions and extras. Okay. Result, the filtrate loses the sodium and it goes up and becomes more diluted. See, the reabsorption and secretion in the distal convoluted tubule is controlled by the hormones like aldosterone and parathyroid hormone and others. Conserving the water, and this is mainly possible by the osmolarity gradient which is generated by the loop of Henle. Collecting duct can adjust the water reabsorption according to the hormonal control. If the body is dehydrated, more water is reabsorbed back into the blood, and if the body is hydrated, then amount of the water are excreted through urine.